We are talking about Cambridge A-Level English Language 9093, and now we are going to discuss paper 3. Paper 3 also has 50 marks. So paper 3, that is language analysis, actually has two sections. Section A, that is language change, and in section B we will be doing language analysis based on the topic of child language acquisition. So both are really interesting topics. Let's first discuss the syllabus and how to prepare it. Then we will discuss its paper pattern, its mark distribution, and other things. So in this language analysis paper, section A is actually the language change. So in this topic you need to learn the theories and also the theories that related to the language change, because there is a lot of stuff in linguistics. There are a lot of theories about how language changes over time. There can be cultural, political, or technological context in which the language is used. So it changes. So you need to learn the chronology and essential features of the development of the English language from early modern English to contemporary English. So early modern English, that is from the 16th century or Shakespearean age or Elizabethan age, and till the contemporary English, you need to learn the chronological development and essential features of the change. So you need to learn the graphology, orthography, phonology, morphology, syntax, lexis, semantics, pragmatics, and grammar. And then the concepts and terminologies that are related to language change. When you will be analyzing the language change and explaining it, of course you will be in need of the technical vocabulary and terms related to language change. So it includes the etymology, the derivation, inflection, telescoping, acronym, conversion, compounding, back formation, blending, borrowing, okay, federation, broadening, narrowing. So you need to learn all these concepts in order to learn, analyze, and explain well the language change topics. Then you also need to learn the theories and theorists of language change. Like we have random fluctuation theory, we have cultural transmission theory, theory of lexical gaps, substratum theory, functional theory, tree and wave models. So when you need to learn these theories and the theories, so you have to relate while analyzing a text about language change, or when you have samples to analyze. So you need to learn these concepts and you will relate these theories and theorists. Then there is n-gram graphs representing changes in language use over time. You need to learn the n-gram graphs and comparisons of related words, parts of speech, inflections, collocations. And then you also need to learn word tables derived from corpus data. So it's actually something that is there in corpus linguistics, a really advanced field in linguistics. Some universities have established their own institutes of corpus studies as well. So you need to learn the colloquial list and synonym list, how words are used together. So the theories and the substantial theoretical knowledge about language change you can learn from your course book. You can search in online. You can watch YouTube videos. Soon we are planning to upload for you all these topics on my YouTube channel as well. Then we have the other things like the section B, that is also a part of your syllabus, is actually related to the child language acquisition. So the main topics that you will be learning in child language acquisition are the main stages of early development in child language acquisition, like babbling, holophrastic, telegraphic, and post-telegraphic stages. Then the different functions of the children's language, like instrumental, regulatory, interactional, personal, representational, heuristic, and imaginative. Then you will be learning about theories and theorists of child language acquisition, like imitation and reinforcement theory, language acquisition device, LAD, a very famous concept in linguistics, and language acquisition support system, cognitive development theory, child directed or caretaker speech. So then you also need to learn the conventions and features of unscripted conversation and spoken language transcripts, because you will be given some transcripts in exam to analyze. So notation for pauses, overlaps, stress, intonation, and phonetic features, and the symbols of phonetic charts as well you need to learn. So you need to do a wider study into these two fields, the language change and child language acquisition. Do a lot of research in the field of child language acquisition, and you also should develop the skill to analyze the spoken language transcripts as exemplars of certain aspects of child language acquisition. Also synthesizing these theoretical considerations into a coherent analytical essay, because you will have to analyze the text and write a long essay type answer in exam. Here is your paper pattern. So paper 3, that is language analysis. So total duration for this paper is 2 hours and 15 minutes. Marks, there are 50 marks. Question 1 25, and question 2 again 25 marks. In question 1 there will be a long essay question related to language change. You will have to analyze an analysis of 3 texts, so total 25 marks. In question number 2 you will be analyzing child language acquisition. There will be a transcript given, how a child speaking naturally with someone, and 25 marks question will be there. There can be corpus data, there can be graphs, there can be prose text, and you will be analyzing them all and focus on how English has evolved and how children acquire language. These are the two main topics for these two long questions. Let's now see an example past question paper for paper 3. Yes, here it is. So yes, paper 3, as you can see, this is past paper from May-June 2024. So paper 3 language analysis, 2 hour 15 minutes, and total you have 50 mark. Question number 1. Read text A, B and C. Analyze how text A exemplifies the various ways in which English language has changed over time. So change of English language over time is your main topic. In your answer you should refer to specific details from A, B and C, as well as to ideas and examples from your wider study of language change. You will take specific details as an example of language change from the text as well, but you will also relate it to your wider study. And where will you get that wider study? Of course, you will be reading the books, you will be reading the theories, you will be watching the videos on all the aspects of language change and its technical terminologies and its examples, whether it be in the form of the phonology, phonetics, and the morphology and semantic and pragmatics, and all these areas you need to cover. And all these topics are given in Cambridge endorsed book. You just need to consult the book and read it properly, chapter by chapter. Don't miss even a single topic if you want to have the best grades in your A-level English exam. So an extract from evidence given in question asked in a criminal court case. So here is the courtroom case. Text B is, you can see here is a corpus based data, the table. Then there is n-gram graph for Oxford Street and Oxford Street, so different spelling for Oxford Street. N-gram, you need to learn it. Then here is section B. So you will be giving the analysis of language change, looking at the n-graph, this corpus based data and this text. Okay, how it changed over time. You need to learn all these theoretical aspects to write a long essay for 25 marks based on analysis of language change. Now here is section B. Again you have 25 marks for this section, that is based on child language acquisition. So read the following text, which is a transcription of conversation between Samir, age 4 years, and his mother. So Samir is having a bath. Analyze ways in which Samir and his mother are using language in this conversation. In your answer, you should refer to specific details from the transcription as well as to the ideas and examples from your wider study of child language acquisition. You will be using the words and sentences and things from here that are given in this transcription. So here are some transcription symbols, as you can see, the stress and pauses and other things. So you should have a good command over these transcriptions and these symbols. At the end they have also given the phonetic symbols chart to show the consonant and vowel sounds of received pronunciation. Here is the transcription key as well, the micro pause, the pause in seconds, and other things. So you need to analyze this spoken task given in the form of transcription, but you should have a good understanding of child language acquisition, its technical terminologies, and its theories. So in your answer, you can well relate these examples with your theoretical understanding of the topic. For a good understanding, just read the Cambridge book. If you don't have the Cambridge books and other material and stuff, you can directly contact me to get all notes and stuff in PDF. Thanks for watching. Take care.